Have you ever taken a break from Genshin Impact or straight up quit and tried to come back? Because I'll keep it a buck here, dude. I've never really taken an extended break from the game, much longer than like is expected with patch cycles and stuff. But I saw this video on my recommended called Returning to Genshin After a Long Break is Hard. And I'm really curious about it because what makes it so difficult just to return to the damn game? Like if you're enjoying it, great. If not, then just don't play, right? But yeah, I want to take a look at this and see why it's so difficult to come back to.
Genshin is a difficult game to come back to. I've been trying to get back into playing Genshin for the past couple of months, and for a few reasons, I just can't bring myself to do it. And
Okay.
I know you're gonna ask why. After completing so much of it and exploring most parts of it, I think I know where I started to lose the interest, and I
Where?
think I narrowed down
Oh god, don't say Natlan, dude. People will go fucking ballistic.
at least 3 good reasons why it's so hard to get back into the Genshin after not playing it for nearly 8 months. Maybe let's begin
8 months? That is quite a substantial break, dude. That's like the entirety of Natlan, pretty much.
where I started to lose the interest in the game. To put it shortly and simply, I started losing interest right around Simulanka region, which for
That's insane to me. Okay, this guy probably doesn't play for the lore at that point, but that's totally fine as well. But bro, this was where my hype was like pretty much one of the highest points it's been. Simulanka for lore lovers was a dream. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
For those who are newer players to the game, this was a limited summertime map. It's essentially just a region that is available for a short while at the end of the patch. Now the idea of limited summer map sounds pretty cool actually, but the region itself was so obnoxiously childish that it made me feel like I was playing just some toddler game or something. Though
Yeah, okay, I can kind of understand this actually. Yes, the way that it was all laid out is incredibly childish. It was like a theme park, basically a whole playground. But that's kind of, here's the thing, right? Surface level Genshin is quite childish. Just to keep it entirely real with you all, I do feel like surface level Genshin is pretty damn childish if you're looking at it from what is on offer, right? The thing is, the things that this shit foreshadows is the opposite. It's not childish, right? So for people that play for the story and the lore, we kind of went into this with an open mind thinking, like, when I saw this, I was like, great, it's like all colorful again. And obviously it was the part devoid of color. But I knew that I had to pay extra care and attention to what was happening because it was going to foreshadow so much important stuff that's going to happen in the next region. And it did. And it continues to even to this day, right? So I guess that's just a difference in how we enjoy the game at that point.
So this wasn't really where I stopped playing the game, but it was the beginning of it.
Okay.
Shortly after that, Genshin released Natlan, which at first felt actually quite vibrant and fun, and I actually quite enjoyed the beginning of it anyways.
Nice.
But it wasn't long before it kind of all just started to fade away, and I just started to feel like it just wasn't for me. I
That's
had
fair.
little to no interest in the characters, their stories, or honestly even the story itself. Really nothing felt that interesting for me in Natlan, nothing that captured my imagination. No, it wasn't awful by any means or anything, it's just, it wasn't really for me. And
Yeah, the most hype thing for Natlan for me was the Capitano interactions, to be honest, especially with the fight scenes and stuff. And then the finale, the war was really cool. And then the finale with Mawika punching a fucking hole in the sky, that was lit. But I can definitely understand this take as well, to be honest. The war stuff was fantastically done, in my opinion.
And slowly but surely, I started logging in into the Genshin less and less, and I started logging in into other games more and more.
Fair.
Yeah, sure, on occasions I would still log in
Goddamn.
here and there, but you know, maybe just do some event stuff, farm some artifacts, because by the time I was quitting the game, I already was in the habit of, oh, I can't lose that. These Primo Gems? Oh,
Yeah.
they're only available for now. Which is obvious.
I've never had that issue, to be honest. Sunk cost fallacy has never been a thing for me. If I don't want to play something that I spent thousands of hours on or even thousands of dollars on, I will just stop playing it. I did it with Final Fantasy. I did it with RuneScape. I've done it with tons of games over time. Literally thousands. I think I have like 3,000 hours in Final Fantasy 14, and I spent a really good amount of money on my own account for mounts and stuff. I haven't played in probably 3 years, 4 years.
Honestly a bad habit, you know, it's the fear of losing out essentially, which
Fair.
I can't really blame the game, it's really set up for that, but not the best habit to have. Now,
True, it's not.
while the reasons of why I started losing interest into the game, maybe it's just a me thing, maybe I just overplayed it and didn't really feel it anymore, but the reasons why I struggle to get back into the game, I feel like those might be a little bit more universal.
Okay.
Now, personally for me, I narrowed down 3 things that
I can expect one thing out of this, and then I don't know the rest, to be honest. Either well, two things maybe. Either your original thoughts were true, that you just don't enjoy it anymore, which is totally fine. A long break isn't going to fix you not enjoying something if it's just not your cup of tea. Or playing other games. I've heard a lot of people say after playing Wu War, things in Genshin feel slow. Even not Wu War, but other games can make certain other things feel worse, even though you enjoyed them in the past. So we'll see what the reasons are, but those are the only two that I can really think of off the top of my own head.
Make it so difficult for me to get back into the game. Now maybe let's start with the least difficult one, and then move to the biggest obstacle of them all, to the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Why is it so difficult for me to get back into the Genshin?
Sure.
The first reason would be, I just don't feel like there's anything to do worth of value for me anymore. And here's what I mean.
Oh, I'm glad he said worth of value to me, because here's the thing with Genshin, right? There is a shit ton of things to do, for the most part, especially if you take an 8-month goddamn break. There is a shit ton to do, but it might just not be for you. Might not be what you enjoy, and that's fine. I've had that before.
By that, as you can see, I have some of the best characters in the game. Sure,
Arlecchino level 60 should be a crime. Most of these characters level 60 and 70 should be a crime.
not all of them, but there's a good chunk of them, like, for example, Nevulet, Kazuha, Furina.
Curious how long this person's actually been playing the game to only have 2 level 90s, though. Interesting. I would be curious.
Zhongli, Navi is pretty good. She's useful. I have Arlecchino, which is absolutely great, right? So a decent chunk of good characters and some of the best DPSs in the game. And honestly, some of them are so powerful. For example, Nevulet. He's so powerful that I can pretty much just clear any game content that there is. Aside from like a few niche places, maybe like late stages of Spiral Abyss. But other than that, really there's not much that I can clear. So I just basically don't really have any need for any other characters. Aside
if you enjoy Spiral Abyss, I would disagree.
But that, you know, they may be like fun or cool looking, or maybe they have some cool abilities like that, you know, you can just walk around the water or something. But other than that, there's really no need for any other characters. I mean, Genshin was even blessing me with luck with...
Yeah, if this guy doesn't enjoy the endgame, he's entirely right, by the way. There is no need for any other characters. If you have a strong Pyro carry, a strong Hydro carry, you're pretty much sorted, to be honest.
Almighty luck. I was logging in to play the game every now and then just to try to get back into the game. And I, you know, spent the little few wishes that I had. And Genshin just absolutely blessed me. I literally got Zhongli, a few wishes later I got Nevulet, and then a few more wishes later I got Arlecchino.
Brother, pull on my account.
You know, all of this was in like the 15 wishes or so, which is absolutely nuts, and all of them are event characters, so...
He don't want to play, but they want him to keep playing.
No pity as well. But even that wasn't enough to bring me back to the game. Aside from the characters, I don't really feel like I have anything really left to do that would drastically improve or change my gameplay. Sure, you can always do the little extra artifact farm, or some questing, or some extra primos, but for what reason? I don't really need new characters so that I would farm primos. Even if I did, for what reason? Where would I use them and why would I use them?
Farming primos is a lot of people's main reason for playing the game, and it's like if the only thing you actually enjoy is farming the primos, but you don't enjoy the characters or the gameplay or the story, then like it's at that point where I feel like it is purely a sunk cost fallacy, right?
Being said, there's always other activities, right? For example, events. And that kind of brings me to my second reason why I struggle to get back into the game, which are lackluster events. Now, on paper, Genshin events are actually quite cool because they rotate quite often. There's a bunch of them and they always have pretty cool rewards. Now, from the sound...
This one was interesting. I did quite enjoy this one, but after doing it once, there was like no incentive to want to repeat it or do it again.
Of that, you might say, well, actually, it's pretty good, right? And yeah, sometimes it is, but...
The potion event overall was sick.
Nearly all of the events, aside from like a few unique ones every now and then, they don't really feel new or different to what I've already played. All of the events just feel basic events in different kind of shapes and forms. Talk to NPC, they'll tell you where to take a picture. Enter a door, kill a room with a bunch of monsters.
Yeah, I feel like this is the case for a lot of gachas, to be honest.
Do some brain dead puzzle, and do some dungeons that you already do. But get that, you get twice the reward.
Yeah. That's good though. Hey, I'm all about those events. It's literally just like a temporary quality of life thing where I'm all for the double rewards for like a week.
Great,
All for
right?
it.
Yeah, not so sure
It just
about
saves
it.
resin.
Oh, and by far the worst one of all of them is like the ones where you need to do some like Tetris shit
Okay, I thought I was gonna say the Traveler's Tale stuff. That's like some of the best of all of them in my opinion.
or like some stupid stuff like that, which is like less of an event and more like a hell you have to go through to get all those juicy primos.
True.
Yeah, on occasions, don't get me wrong, on occasions there are some interesting events, but they are so and far and few between.
Yeah.
Some of the more interesting ones I can remember from top of my mind would be the one where I played hide and seek with other players.
Yeah, Wind Trace. Wind Trace was so good, dude. The second one was not as good as the first, in my opinion. Or maybe the third not as good as the second. The first one that I played was really good. The next one that I played had too many different tidbits, and the lag was really bad for some reason. Like the servers were struggling. I don't know. But Wind Trace overall, incredibly fucking fun. Just needs a bit more variety of maps and things that you can do.
And you could transform into like a chair or a box or
barrel
something.
and stuff. Yeah,
That's
it's fun.
pretty cool actually. I remember there was one event where you would go to the room and there would be a few stages of bosses, and they were actually quite tough. You couldn't really do it alone, so you would have to do it with other players.
I don't
which was
remember that.
enjoyable. And the one that was quite unique and I liked
Stinky?
it was where the one where you would open up your shop and choose what to
Yeah.
produce, what to grow, what to sell.
Yeah, the potion event was sick.
According to the market and its demands, which
Really
was
good
pretty
event.
cool and unique, right? But I think you can kind of see the pattern here. It's either something you do together with other players,
Or it's something that other games do better, right? Like you can get if you really enjoy the potion event, you can literally just get a sim management game that will do everything it does but better. It's just not within the Genshin universe. That's the big difference.
or something very unique. But unfortunately, these are quite rare, and a lot of times
Yeah.
you just, get, oh hey, do this event and get the double, reward, which is like, yay.
I will stand by this, that this is one of the best events in Genshin. Not because it's fun, but because it's incredibly fucking useful. As long as they just run it alongside other shit and don't replace events with it, I think it's good.
Great.
Very.
I really wish they would add more cooperative stuff into the game.
Me too.
Cooperative battles, boss battles, even like
UGC, baby. UGC's gonna fix a lot of issues. And the funny thing is, like, yes, it's Hoyo fixing it because they're adding the UGC, but putting the power in the players' hands, the players are the fucking OGs here, bro. The players are gonna be the ones making the big difference. I'm so excited.
take one of your already, complete dungeons, make it more, maybe a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Make that into an event, where you would go with other people. That would be maybe quite cool.
It'd be
I
cool.
don't know. I mean, I'm sure you can easily think of something. However, while those reasons are valid, you could live with them in one way or another. But
Yeah.
there is one thing that is just such a big obstacle.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm gonna overcome it, and if I will overcome it. And I
Quality of
think
life?
this one, a lot of people will feel that one as well, which will be the skip button. After not playing Genshin
Okay.
for so long and playing countless other games where they have this groundbreaking feature called a skip button,
Yeah.
I just honestly can't bring
Genshin actually do have a skip button. It's kind of hidden and it works a little bit differently, but just as a heads up here in case anybody's wondering, when a character when the text in the dialogue box is over, if you hit the space bar, it actually skips that dialogue.
myself again to listen to this stupid filler unneeded dialogue again. I mean, you wanna do some events? Great. How about you listen to this unskippable story? Oh, and
Yeah.
by the way, this is a good one because at least the Paimon doesn't shit talk with like 3 other characters for like 15 minutes straight, which is usually what you
feel
would
like
get.
lately Paimon's been a bit more chill in a weird way, but I get it.
And yeah, once this is complete, you can actually start your event. I mean, maybe there could be another 10 unskippable dialogues, but could be worse, right? Probably not really, honestly. I don't think it could be worse, but there we go. Wanna do some sites?
It could be far worse, but that doesn't mean it's not already bad if you don't like it. Like, if people don't like it, just because it could be worse doesn't mean that they can't say that they don't like it.
Story quests to complete your achievements, or just to complete your quest. Great. How about you
So weird as well, because don't Hangouts literally have a skip button?
don't even listen, but actually read the countless hours of dialogue that you have literally zero interest for?
Yeah.
Wanna do some main storyline? Great. Well, actually, I'm okay with this one not having a skip button. I don't really have a problem with the main line being on skip.
I think every part of the game should have a skip button because people can choose whether to use it or not. Now, would I be for a skip button in everything but the main story? Yes, because it's still better than fucking nothing. But I think the people that get so pissy about other people and what they do with an optional feature are fucking pathetic, dude. I'm just keeping a buck. When it's like, but then people will spread misinformation about the lore. Brother, they already do. They're fucking spacebarring. They're just going to save time. Like, it is what it is.
Skippable. However, I still believe it should have skippable and unskippable parts for the random banter and chatter during the main storyline.
Just give a summary after and it's all Gucci, man.
They could maybe skip some of it, but like if we were talking about the main meat of the storyline, it's okay. If it's not skippable, it's okay. I think it even should be like that. But god damn it, everywhere else? Does it really need to be unskippable? I mean, this is just brutal at this point.
What do y'all think? Skip button, yay or nay?
I mean, there is literally no bigger buzzkill than not playing this game for a while, coming back in, seeing an event and thinking, this looks interesting, I might do it. You go in, and then you have to listen to 15 minutes of random dialogue that you cannot skip before you can even begin the event.
Also, a thing to remember, especially for me, is a lot of people don't have as much time to play the game as I would, right? I mean, I do this for a living. I could play the game for a living. Typically, I just make videos about the game at this point and other games and other things. But like I can sit here for 6 hours a day and watch stuff and play stuff. A lot of people, bro, they're working a fucking 9 to 5 or a 8 to 10 even sometimes. 8 to 10. What the fuck am I saying? 8 to 6. Jesus. People want long hours, bro. They want to come home, play a game for an hour, and go to bed.
It's a complete buzzkill. You just completely want to shut down the game.
Yeah.
You immediately feel like a child that's been abused, that finally got to the good life and finally enjoyed the freedom of a skip button, then to just come back to the old place you used to live and be reminded of the hell
I've never seen it that deep, but
you had to go through, and just how brutal it was. Thank God Genshin is a fun game at the beginning, because I have no idea how I got through all of it. That unskippable random Paimon garbage? Yep. That one is not easy to go through.
Yeah. I do still kind of get triggered. Not triggered, but kind of pissed off that Paimon does just repeat a lot of what other characters say. I honestly don't think I'd mind as much. Honestly, dude, I'll keep it entirely goddamn real here. If the Traveler just spoke more and Paimon was like a filler voice, kind of like Abby, I would love that so fucking much, dude. I really would.
I cannot understand how we still cannot have a skip button even when one of their own other games, the Zenless Zone Zero, has it.
So does
For me, this is by far the biggest obstacle to overcome to come back into the game. Even the lack of things to do of value, I might find something to fill it. Even the Lackluster events, at least at times they are great.
I've said this time and time again as well, bro. I don't think it's the lack of a skip button that most people get pissed off about. I think it's a lack of communication. I think I might make an entire video about this, to be honest. I think communication from game devs to the player base go a really fucking long way. Like, I think it'd make a big difference if the devs or the community managers or something were on social media, on Hoyo Lab, and did an FAQ, right? Why are you not adding a skip button to Genshin after countless, like, months to years of asking? And they could say, listen, we've heard the request for this. This is why we're not open to doing that yet. Or this is currently being worked on, but it's taken a lot longer than planned. Like, a bit of communication could really go a long fucking way, dude. It really, really can. Not for everyone, but for a lot of people.
They are not, at least they're useful and they give you stuff. Even the worst stories could be bearable and the good ones could be great ones. But none of that matters. The second you hit a dialogue that lasts 10 minutes, you literally could care less about, and you cannot skip any of it. It just kills any want to come back into this game or anyone to play it. And by far the biggest problem is I actually want to come back into the game. I love roaming around Genshin. I love exploring the world. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's big.
And here's the thing, you can still do all that stuff without taking part in the events and shit, right? Like, if you just want to play for exploration, ain't nothing stopping you, bro. You can load it up and play for that. No one's gonna judge you for it, or they shouldn't.
Awesome. I love killing bosses in this game. They're not too difficult. They're fun. They're enjoyable.
Well, I think they're probably difficult because you're level 70 characters, but I'm kidding. But yeah, no. I guess listen, people's accounts are a difference there. I really don't know how long this guy's been playing Genshin, but looking at the character levels and stuff, I would probably assume like maybe a year, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I just play the game and do things that have nothing to do with dialogue. I love every minute in it.
Yeah.
While many problems can be worked around, ignorable, or just finding a way to live with them,
I don't know.
I just cannot find a way to live without a skip button again. When I started playing this game, I did, but now it will take something really special from Genshin to bring out so that I would be
I think the UGC is going to bring a lot of people to the game, dude. Especially, listen, this timing couldn't be better, right, for Genshin's UGC, because Roblox is going through a fucking shitstorm right now. Deservedly, by the way. If you haven't seen that, go check out my previous video from earlier. Yesterday, I think it was, or today. It's absolutely fucked up, and I think Roblox should shut the fuck down. I deadass do. People would really enjoy a UGC game mode in Genshin. I really do think so.
willing to live without a skip button again. But for now, we're just not there yet. I really want to play this game, and I hope Genshin eventually addresses some of these things, but above all else, I hope one day I'll see a day where Genshin has a skip button.
Yeah.
Though I would imagine that would probably take an absolutely huge amount of people leaving this game
I think they'll add it in 6.0.
before they would even so much as consider putting a skip button into the game. And so to answer the question,
They put a skip button, bro. You can skip the time.
will I play this game again? To put it simply, honestly, I don't know. I want to, and I hope to,
Yeah.
and hope there's a way I can enjoy the game again,
Fair
even
enough.
without a skip button. But for now, it's really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. No, the game ain't for everyone, dude, and even if it was for you, it doesn't mean it's always gonna be for you, right? That's what people always tell me. But I still love the parts of the game that I play it for. I still love the lore. I still love the story. I'm excited for 6.0, to be honest, just to see what kind of improvements and changes are actually going to be made. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if you are in a similar position to Ace Gaming here, and check out the original creator as well. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're currently almost at, well, we're at a very good amount, but almost at 380k. That's crazy. I appreciate the support, gamers, and I'll catch you all in the next video.